Alright, this is my Halloween gift to you, reviewing a movie that leaves you feeling all warm and fuzzy inside, optimistic-like. Yeah. But first I want to thank the sponsor of this video, the ones that facilitated this bonding experience between us all. That would be AMC Plus, celebrating their 25th year of AMC's horror movie marathon Fear Fest. A myriad of horror movie titles are available on AMC Plus from now through October 31st. Movies like Halloween, Scream, Dawn of the Dead, Hellraiser, The Mist. But those movies are just a few titles, tip of the iceberg compared to what they have available, which I love. That's what this season is to me, you know? Get a bunch of friends together, put on some horror movies, and just bathe in Halloween spirit. So I do appreciate the fact that Fear Fest supplies that experience for people like us crazies out there. Just love us some horror movies. So click the link below to start your 1-week trial. Bask in the Halloween spirit the way it was meant to be, with scary movies. And thank you once again to AMC Plus for sponsoring this video and being such an epic supporter of my channel in general. I do appreciate it. And now, that ending. So The Mist is written for the screen and directed by Frank Darabont, which you see from some of the Walking Dead cast in here. Some Walking Dead Season 1 cast members in The Mist. Based on the Stephen King book with the same name, and it's actually a very Stephen King feeling movie. It's one of the more Stephen King-esque movies out there that I've seen. You got the small town where everyone knows everyone, very Castle Rock. You got all the drama that comes with that. That's before the shit hits the fan. So The Mist stars Thomas Jane. He lives in a small town like I just described. He goes to the store with his son one day, and then this mysterious mist starts coming over the hills, and the mist engulfs this town. This guy comes running from the mist with a bloody nose, like, oh, there's something in the mist. As some monster snatched someone right in front of him. So everyone just kind of confines themselves to this grocery store. And now here we are. They're trying to wait out this mist that never really goes away. And it has some great, tense, compelling horror that I tend to like in movies like this. You know, not only do you have the monsters in the mist, but you also have a bunch of people in this really scary situation. So, alright, so people start becoming dangerous too. So what's more dangerous, the monsters or the people? And that's really what I dug about this movie. Alright, first of all, Thomas Jane is leading the charge. He's the star of this movie. Or I should say the movie's the star of Thomas Jane is the thing. Nothing about Thomas Jane in this movie makes the movie. There are some moments he's fine. I mean, he's a scared dad with his scared kid in this scary situation. We've seen many characters like that in movies. Like, you know, Tom Cruise played that same role in War of the Worlds. Thomas Jane in this movie, everyone around Thomas Jane is what makes Thomas Jane work. I mean, sometimes his acting is fine. Sometimes you're like, you're either overcooking it or undercooking it. I don't know which. But long story short, he's fine. But it's the tension of the movie that sells Thomas Jane. It's the support characters helping Thomas Jane out that do help him out. Like Andre Braugher in this movie. Amazing, super memorable character until he's gone. Just pretty quickly, actually. But Andre Braugher plays exactly the role you would think he would play in a Stephen King movie. That neighbor, you know, he's very stern, very curt. Gonna argue with you about everything. His character's the kind of neighbor you don't want living next door to you. He's gonna argue with you about everything. You'll be like, fine, Bob, I'll cut my fucking lawn. Okay. Marcia Gay Harden's actually the scene stealer. She's the one. There's always one in a situation like this. There's always that person who's like, it's a sign from the Lord, the end times. It cracked me up. The scene where she's like, the price must be paid, the price for blood. Laurie Holden just slaps her. She has blood on her mouth, and she's like, another down payment? Another penny in the jar. I was like, this lady doesn't shut up. Thomas Jane even addresses in this movie, he's like, oh yeah, people are smart and they're civil until you cut the electricity, take all the power away, and they can't call for help, and you put them in a small contained space, and you scare the shit out of them, and then you see what happens. Which again, is what I love so much about The Mist. It's like, do we deal with the frying pan or the fire? What do we do? Do we stay here? But alright, you have the scary people situation, but what about the monsters out there? You don't actually see a lot of the monsters, which I really dug about the movie. There's something scarier about knowing that there are monsters in the mist than seeing a bunch of monsters on screen. You do get a couple scenes where, like one, for instance, a bunch of monster bugs start coming through the windows, but that's my least favorite scene. It's like, it's not as tense for me as dealing with the dangerous religious zealots or dealing with the unknown of whatever might be out there. Well, now we're seeing it. Now we can smack it with broomsticks and whatnot. But again, it's not clean. It's exactly what would happen if you have a bunch of scared people and fire. I probably prefer not seeing the monsters, one, for the tension, but two, because It's 2007 CGI, so you know, that was still when they were like, we can do anything. It's like, you can't do anything. Let's dial it back a bit. It's like as the movie progresses, the CGI got better. There's one shot in particular at the end where I was like, that looks really good actually. But the early monster CGI, when you just get a tentacle and it's going after Shermanator, I was like, that definitely is standout CGI tentacle. So the movie actually played it smart and showing the monsters sparingly or showing a big silhouette in the mist, but you don't really get a good look at them. Or maybe it's really dark lighting where you're seeing some of the CGI spiders. Dark lighting helps CGI out. Also, that same with the spiders. That is the thing of nightmares. It's like the creatures in here are just everything that's horrible. And then it gets worse. Big spiders, that's terrible. What about big spiders that shoot webbing at you? That's worse. What about big spiders that shoot webbing at you and the webbing burns through you like acid? That's as bad as I can conjure in my head. We've hit peak. Fuck no. Let's do it. But the horror elements in this movie I felt were done well, done sparingly enough, and done in context. There's a lot in the movie The Mist that really worked for me. And the ending. I'm not going to tell you what the ending is. I'm not going to... That's something, if you want to experience it, you got to experience it yourself. I will say the ending of this movie put me in a foul mood for 2 weeks. No shit. I was a grumpy motherfucker for 2 weeks after I saw this. People be like, good day, Jeremy. Yeah, just how fucking good can it be? Huh. The ending of this movie, it sticks with you. Not in that Requiem for a Dream kind of way, you know, where he's like, oh man, that's haunting, but earned. The ending of this movie is a trollish ending, and a lot of people fucking hate it, and they hate the movie because of it. The ending is one of those things that can ruin an entire movie-going experience. I totally get it. That said, I really dig the ending of this movie. I don't know, but maybe it permanently tainted my soul, where I don't have any choice but to like it. I don't know, I got nothing for you. I watched it again last night. It's like right when that song, Host of the Seraphim, I believe it's called, right when that kicks on, I get cold sweats, and I don't feel okay. And that's not just in the movie, anywhere. That song comes on anywhere. I'm immediately not okay. Sometimes I'll watch the ending on YouTube, you know? Like when things are going too well, you know, a part of my brain's like, no, you get off of cloud 9. You watch this video, I'll watch the ending like, oh yeah, that's right. Sorry for being optimistic there, brain. I'll remember my place. I'm talking it up. I'm talking it up to brace you for impact if you haven't seen it. Because you're going to watch it now and be like, oh, it wasn't so bad. You're welcome, by the way. The rest of us went into this movie cold, knew nothing about the ending, knew nothing was coming. We found no joy that Christmas. The sun felt cold on our faces. Our food turned to ash in our mouth. But ending aside, or included, the rest of the movie I thought really worked. There's some great horror elements in The Mist. The things I like about Stephen King, definitely in the movie, The Mist. I'll say The Mist is definitely worth watching and worth buying on Blu-ray. All right, so the movie, The Mist. I know there was a TV show. I never saw the TV show. Just... Before you ask in the comment section, just letting you know. But The Mist, have you seen it? What did you think about it? What did you think about the ending? What did it do to your soul? Did you feel Leland Gaunt walking out of Needful Things with a briefcase where your soul is like, yeah, got it now. Shouldn't have watched the ending, dumb shit. Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.